It's fine. It's here. Man, I'll take a. All right, get him out of there. All good. What's up, boy? There's that fucking chair. Back up in line.
What Conor's doing that. That's what he's doing. He's mocking that.
That's hilarious. Mind. Speaking of Conor, how well does he do next week?
Boy, we're gonna find out. We're really gonna find out what's going on if it gets into the second and third rounds. That's when we're really gonna find out.
We'll know.
We'll know immediately
at that point.
But I mean, whether or not he can really fight for 5 rounds,
I
against a
don't
guy
know
with
if he can, man.
with a great gas tank.
Yeah,
Max says
after 5 years of tearing your body up.
You don't know, right? Because it's all in a vacuum. Like, there's some training footage of him beating guys up that you've seen, but who knows what he actually has been doing. We know he's been partying, but has he also been really training? Because if he's been really training, and it shocks everybody because he's still got his skills.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, if he somehow or another sparks out Max in the first round. Do you know how big he becomes?
He's right back.
Right back.
Right back.
I mean, he's
right back. Him and Justin Gaethje, the biggest fight in the history of the known universe.
That would be sick.
They go for the BMF title at 170.
Right.
Conor's I don't want to cut any weight. That fight would be crazy.
My only concern is his size. Max struggled with bigger dudes, like Dustin the first time, then Max came back bigger, which we know because when he went back down, he struggled, with Orlovsky. He went 5 rounds with Justin. So, I'm just waiting to see, is Conor able to put that fucking weight on him and have a problem?
Is he a bigger dude, though? They both fought at the same weight class.
Yeah, they did start at 45.
When Max was fighting at 145 when he was a champion, he was walking around 176. He's a big guy.
He's a bigger guy.
Well, good.
He's big.
I mean, I love Max.
And, I think it's going to be interesting to see. Look, Conor in his prime was elite. Conor Eddie Alvarez, if it's that Conor right now fighting Max, I'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
But can he regain that form?
Right.
We don't know. I mean, he's a special dude. And if he starts talking to Conor like that in the middle of the fight and teeing off on him, if Conor gets tired, it could get rough.
But I still, I agree that there's a chance Holloway is going to take this fight.
Yeah. Who? If I put you on the spot, who would you pick and how?
Max. Yeah, Max. I think so. Yeah.
You think he stops him, or could you see this going all 5? Or
I think he's going to stop him.
Yeah.
I think. So.
Yeah, and then it opens up all sorts of interesting opportunities. Both of them are talking about Gaethje at 55. Islam at welterweight. So who knows? There could be a lot of fun stuff. But I think the big thing is, Conor has 1 fight left on the UFC contract after this, and I think he really, really wants to fight for BKFC at some point. Which
nice. I would like to see Conor in BKFC. I think that's his world. I think he'd shine there. Short rounds. You got heavy punches. The tricky part with BKFC is, which I think would be fine for him, is just such a tight circle. It's going to be tough for a lot of footwork. But I think if he's in there and he's landing some of those big Conor punches, that's going to be fun to see. So
yeah, we'll see if he does it or if the UFC breaks the bank to keep him around, depending on the success of this event.
I think it ultimately depends on this fight. Right?
Conor McGregor's been out there living his best life. Fair play. Going around the world on his Lamborghini yacht and spending shitloads of dough, right? Fair play to him. But there's one thing he knows how to do, and that's fight. And he knows how to knock people out in the very first round as well. And that first round against Max Holloway is going to be very, very interesting. Max is going to have to be careful. He's not the type of guy to dance around and stay away and just just jab and jog. No, he's going to stand his ground and fight like a man. And that's what's going to make it so dangerous. Because yes, of course, if it gets out of the first round and it goes to the second and the third round, Conor McGregor was never a cardio machine. He was always a guy that tended to fade in the prime of his career. And if he struggled going into the later rounds in the prime of his career when he was coming up, he's certainly going to struggle now when the man's pushing 40 and he hasn't fought in 5 years. Has he trained hard for this fight? Of course he has, 100%. Has he pushed himself harder than what he was doing in 2013, 14, 15? I don't know. I don't know if that's even possible. When you have accumulated all the wealth, when you've knocked it out of the park, when you've conquered the game already, do you still have to train quite as hard, right? Because if he has done, then maybe. But even when he was, because he had to have been back in the day, he still got tired the longer the fight.
I've never ever made a secret of it. I'm a massive Conor fan, but I'm also a massive Max fan. You know, Conor started coming up when I was just starting out my pro career. His UFC run started. So he was a guy that I genuinely looked up to as I progressed in the sport. Imagine this. Imagine Conor beating Max Holloway and getting that title shot.
I think if there's one guy who can rip up the script, it's Conor McGregor.
As he's done so many times. Yeah. I'm going with the Mac. I'm never going against it. I'm never going against Conor. Yeah, okay. No matter against like Max Holloway, massive fan, love him. He's a great fighter, and you know he's a deserving of everything that he's gotten and all the praise. But I can't go against Conor.
Where do you think Conor could win the fight?
You know, Conor has that scary timing. He has that scary timing. Everybody that's fought him says that. Yeah. That timing, and he has that sneaky power. Everybody that fights him says when he hits you, you feel it. Yeah. You know, it just takes one. It just takes one. Ilya knocked out Max. You know.
As the highly anticipated showdown gets closer, excitement continues to build across the combat sports world. Fans, analysts, and former champions are all making their predictions, each offering a different perspective on who will have their hand raised when the fight is over. The biggest question remains the same. Can Conor McGregor's explosive knockout power and unwavering self-belief overcome Max Holloway's relentless pressure, incredible endurance, and non-stop striking volume? As discussions continue throughout the MMA community, one thing is certain. Every prediction will be put to the test when these two stars finally meet inside the cage.
Yeah, I think Conor McGregor is going to be dangerous everywhere. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if you guys see that freaking stupid ass stat, but Conor has like 5 takedowns and 4 of them is me. So it's not only his left hand, he might in his back pocket think, I can wrestle this guy maybe, you know? Yeah. And then everybody keep talking about his leg, but I think Conor kicks, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, there's a lot more than just his left hand, you know? And if Conor's thinking only his left hand, then he's already behind in the fight. So I think so. We're going to see a very dangerous mixed
25-minute fight. 155 versus 170. But the thing about Conor at 170, he's going to thump. He's going to thump. His punches are going to be heavy and hard. So Max is going to have to be very, very alert early on. That first 10 minutes of that fight, Max cannot sit there and exchange with him. Conor's going to be stalking him down, maybe trying to stomp his leg a bit, ripping 3-2s, throwing heavy bouts. So this video here was posted about 5 months ago on the Mac Life page. Him getting ready, looking thick. Thick Conor's a scary Conor, and he's a springy dude. Springy dude. Orthodox there. Ripping bodies, ripping juicers, the guts. We love those. Springing into a left knee. And he's looking like, I mean, vintage Conor, the nasty left hand. Nasty left hand. I guarantee you Max Holloway is not going to...
The early moments of this fight could determine everything. If Conor McGregor is able to establish his presence with his dangerous left hand right from the start, Max Holloway may have no choice but to fight more carefully. Holloway's best strategy will be to stay mobile, control the distance, and keep a steady stream of strikes flowing while avoiding prolonged exchanges at close range. Getting trapped against the cage or standing in front of McGregor for too long could be a costly mistake. In the end, this matchup may come down to a classic battle between McGregor's explosive early knockout threat and Holloway's relentless pace, cardio, and pressure as the fight progresses into the later rounds.
He doesn't have tits or love handles at 170. So you can see it on the countdown. Max is looking fit. We're going to see vintage Max Holloway. I almost guarantee it. Are we going to see vintage Conor McGregor? I don't know. I do believe in this first 5-10 minutes, Conor McGregor is going to look better than ever. He's going to come out there, look composed, look throwing his lead uppercut, boom, 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 slipping outside his two, really making Max miss. But Max knows better. He knows how good of a counterpuncher Conor is. And I know Max is sparring with guys like Keone Diggs, this guy we used to train with, and the kid's got a lightning left hand.
He describes a fascinating scenario in which Max Holloway walks into the cage looking as relentless as ever, prepared to maintain his trademark pressure from the opening bell. Across from him, Conor McGregor enters in outstanding condition, calm but dangerous, ready to explode with his signature precision and fight-changing power. During the opening 5 to 10 minutes, McGregor is expected to rely on sharp counter strikes, slick footwork, and constant opportunities to land a knockout punch. Holloway, on the other hand, would stay disciplined, trusting the patience, ring IQ, and tactical experience he has developed over the years. In Welch's view, this fight could become the perfect clash of styles. McGregor aiming to make an explosive early statement, while Holloway gradually takes control with his relentless pace and calculated pressure as the later rounds unfold.
5 years away from the sport or not, he's still the biggest draw and attraction in all of mixed martial arts. And I don't think there'll ever be another one. But anyway, he's coming back against Max Holloway, right? It's been 5 years. He's almost 38 years old. Is he out of his mind? Do we think that he can do this? Because when you look at the stylistic matchup, right, it's got to be dangerous for Conor McGregor. Max Holloway, he calls himself the best boxer in the UFC. Max Holloway doesn't have that one-punch knockout power, but he wears people down. And that's why it's Max Holloway that in the final 10 seconds, that's why he points at the ground, not at the start of the fight, not in the first 10 seconds like Ilia Topuria wanted to do. He doesn't do that because he's not a knockout artist. But when he's landing hundreds, if not thousands of punches in a fight, and he's wearing you down over 5 rounds, in those last 10 seconds, yeah, when you're beaten to a bag of shit, he's very confident that he can knock you out, like against Justin Gaethje. It was that spinning back kick right to the face at the end of round 1. That really started the decline for Justin Gaethje, but then he just picked him apart, used his length, used his footwork, used his reach, beautiful combinations, of course, threw that spinning back kick a bunch of times as well, and then in the final 10 seconds, got the knockout, one of the craziest knockouts that the sport has.
Not everyone shares Welch's dramatic outlook on this matchup. Former UFC champion Michael Bisping offers a much more measured perspective, viewing the fight as a difficult challenge for Conor McGregor from a stylistic standpoint. In Bisping's opinion, Max Holloway's greatest weapon isn't one devastating punch. It's his ability to overwhelm opponents with relentless boxing combinations, constant pressure, and an incredible pace that only gets stronger over 5 rounds. While McGregor always possesses the explosive power to end the fight with a single clean shot, the more likely scenario favors Holloway's disciplined strategy of gradually wearing his opponent down as the fight moves into the championship rounds.
You know, he's not a marathon runner. He's a sprinter. By all metrics, he is a sprinter. So, you know, you have a decision guy versus a sprinter. And again, one of the advantages for Conor is, let's say that ring rust is real for him, which it will be to feel it out. But let's say it's real and he zigged when he should have zagged. You're probably not going to get knocked out by Max Holloway in the first 1 or 2 rounds. You're still okay. Now, if you're fighting an Ilia Topuria, you're fighting some of these other heavy punchers, that's a different story. So again, all this is advantages for Conor. Now, all this being said, we have no clue what version of Conor we're going to get.
Brendan Schaub also weighed in, building on Michael Bisping's analysis with a deeper look at how the fight could unfold. According to Schaub, Conor McGregor has always been at his most dangerous in the opening rounds, where he looks to take control early and finish the fight before his opponent settles into a rhythm. That aggressive style gives him a clear advantage at the start. However, Schaub also pointed out the biggest concern. If McGregor burns too much energy chasing an early finish and fails to get the stoppage, the momentum could quickly shift. Against a relentless volume striker like Max Holloway, that risk becomes even more significant. While McGregor's explosive offense makes the early rounds extremely dangerous, Holloway's constant pressure and outstanding cardio become bigger factors as the fight goes on. In the end, everything may come down to one question. Can McGregor's fast start produce a fight-ending moment? Or will it simply set the stage for Holloway to take over in the championship rounds?
They're fighting at 70, right?
70, which I think is a huge advantage for Conor.
You think it's a huge advantage for Conor?
Yes.
Really? Just because he's bigger, stronger?
He's had how long off, and got himself out of the testing protocol to put on the weight the right way. Conor's a big cat. Max Holloway probably walks around at 172. Max?
Is that true? I thought he was heavier than that.
172, 173? 172, maybe 174?
Really?
Like he'll have to cut maybe 3 pounds?
Really?
170 is not ideal for Max. It's ideal for Conor.
Why is it not ideal for him though?
Because there's this misconception, and Rogan spreads this too, and you guys haven't fought. So when they go, well, it'd be better if he fought if it's Max, if he fought at his true weight 170, that doesn't, just because he walks around at 170 doesn't mean that's his ideal weight.
Yeah.
His ideal, it's like,
because he may not be in shape, right?
Or his timing, or he's not as fast, or there's a number of things.
He gets up to 190, they say. But, he's vague. His frame is not a 190 frame, though.
I promise you he's not one.
Yeah.
What is this, Google? Chat?
It's ChatGPT.
Yeah, no.
He's not, his frame is not, so he probably is at 175. He's not.
So here you go. So since moving permanently to lightweight, today he likely
also turned the conversation toward the physical side of the matchup during his discussion with Brian Campbell. He explained that Conor McGregor naturally carries the larger frame and has the ability to add extra size without losing the speed or power that makes him so dangerous. While Max Holloway may walk around at a much heavier weight outside of competition, cutting down to the welterweight limit and maintaining a high-paced style could affect his sharpness as the fight progresses. From Schaub's perspective, that physical edge could give McGregor an important advantage in the early stages of the contest. In the end, he believes size and strength may prove to be the hidden factor that quietly shapes the outcome of the fight.
Conor, Max, early thoughts on the matchup, Jorge?
I think it's going to be a good fight with Max. Like I've been saying, I'm riding with Max. I'm betting the house on Max. I think Max is going to make it non-competitive. At some point, after like a minute or two in the fight, Max is going to take over.
Yeah.
All the experience that he's put together in these 5 years, staying in shape is the number one thing, as we all know. As fighters, if you got a Ferrari versus a Honda Civic, where the Ferrari has a quarter tank of gas, it's going to lose every time. So I think Max.
On the other side of the debate, Jorge Masvidal sees the fight unfolding very differently. He believes Max Holloway has all the tools to weather Conor McGregor's dangerous early offense before gradually taking complete control of the contest. In Masvidal's view, Holloway's elite conditioning, relentless pressure, and high fight IQ would eventually neutralize McGregor's explosive power. While Conor always carries the ability to change a fight with one punch, Masvidal feels that advantage fades if Holloway survives the opening rounds and settles into his relentless rhythm. Former middleweight champion Chris Weidman shares a similar opinion. Looking at the matchup on paper, he believes the odds are stacked against McGregor. After spending years away from competition and recovering from a devastating injury, returning against a fighter as active and battle-tested as Holloway is an enormous challenge. According to Weidman, every round that passes increases Holloway's advantage, making the championship rounds the most dangerous period for McGregor. Chad Mendes, however, offers a more balanced perspective. He acknowledges that time away from the sport and advancing age can create obstacles, but he doesn't believe they automatically rule out a successful comeback. Mendes argues that experience, disciplined preparation, and mental resilience can still make a huge difference. If McGregor has truly rebuilt himself physically and mentally, he believes the former champion still has a realistic path to victory. Veteran referee Big John McCarthy focuses on the contrast between activity and inactivity. He points out that Holloway has continued to compete against elite opponents while steadily refining every aspect of his game. McGregor, meanwhile, has spent much of that time recovering, rebuilding, and preparing for a return. From McCarthy's perspective, that difference in recent experience naturally favors Holloway, especially as the fight wears on. He believes McGregor's greatest opportunity lies in the early exchanges, while Holloway becomes increasingly dangerous with every passing minute. His advice is straightforward. If Holloway can survive the opening storm, his pressure, pace, and cardio could gradually take control of the fight. Sean O'Malley believes the result will shape McGregor's legacy either way. An explosive knockout victory would instantly silence many of the doubts surrounding his comeback and prove that he can still perform at the highest level. On the other hand, if Holloway secures a dominant decision through 5 hard-fought rounds, it would reinforce his reputation as one of the sport's most complete fighters while opening the door to new rivalries and major future matchups. Either outcome, O'Malley believes, would have a lasting impact on the MMA landscape. Eric Nixick also highlights the business side of the event. A McGregor victory would immediately create massive headlines, huge pay-per-view numbers, and countless promotional opportunities. At the same time, he recognizes that McGregor may be approaching the final chapter of his UFC career, making every appearance more significant than ever. With so much at stake inside and outside the octagon, this fight carries enormous importance for both the athletes and the promotion. When all the opinions are put together, one theme stands above the rest. This is a classic battle between explosive finishing power and relentless endurance. McGregor's best chance comes early, while Holloway's confidence grows the longer the contest continues. In the end, only one game plan will prevail once the cage door closes.